back to the channel. On this episode, I want to speak to you guys about stress management. This is going to be part of the mindset series. So I'm going to delve into this multiple times along the journey and along these podcasts, but this is something that's very, very vital to people's success in whatever goal they try to pursue. And it's one of the major factors people don't actually get to live the life that they want or achieve the things that they want to achieve. So when it comes to stress management, we all hear the generic structure of it, of what to do. Take care of your health, your body, your fitness, your nutrition, take breaks, take time off, stay away from watching the news, communicate with people, vent out, find some sort of way to be able to meditate, or breathing practices, or prayer, however people like to consider that in their own personal way. I consider it the flow state for everybody when I speak about it, because everybody has their own different idea of how they do that. And these are the generic things, but those practices are hard to really overcome very difficult stresses and very difficult obstacles, or a bad day, or a bad string of period of days, or weeks, or months, or even a year. So one thing that I found was very enlightening to me years after I had been practicing this, and I could look back and see the success of it, was that I ended up aligning my stress behaviors in the same path as my reward behaviors. And what I mean by that is, when I would get stressed out, and still when I get stressed out, I do things that actually bring me progress in life, that bring me value, that help me move forward. So, this started off when I was in prison. So when I was locked up, obviously you're behind closed walls and you can't get out of there. And inside there, you've got all the sins, somebody can want to dwell into, for the most part. You've got junk food, you've got homemade liquor, you've got illicit, illegal drugs, for people who have abuse behaviors, substance abuse. You have medications. You can go to a doctor, to a nurse in there, see the psych, and get topped up on all sorts of psych meds to make you a zombie or take away your feelings. People would lie about having suicidal thoughts, or act like they were bipolar, or throw tantrums to be able to just get drugged. You've got gambling, you've got gossip, which will get you killed behind those walls. It's not a country club. It's not a bunch of people sitting in a cafe, or at the cafeteria at work talking, and somebody says something wrong. Things get real fucking serious in there. And if you're not straight mentally, the years you have to do in there can turn into a coffin, or a lifetime, because you have to do something to protect yourself. So when I was in there, and I had all these stresses, fighting cases, never knowing when I was going to get home, never knowing if I'd ever even see the day of light, I had those bad behaviors and those traits still, because I lived a life with no rules. I did what I wanted to do on my own account and didn't think twice about it. I worried about the consequences later. And that came with money, it came with confrontations with people. I'd be aggressive, violent. Somebody did something wrong, disrespected me, or somebody around me. I'd self-medicate to get rid of stress, or just to escape life and problems that I had caused for myself. And I had always chasing to get things as fast as I could at any means cost. Gotta get what I want. And I had to change all those behaviors. And in there, stuck, where I couldn't escape. It's not like the outside free world where you can avoid seeing a group of people, or going to a bar, or not speaking to somebody at your work, or in your community, or your family. You're stuck in there. And in there, I practiced militant structure to my day, of doing cardio twice, doing calisthenics, doing my gym workouts, doing my reading, my studying, my meditation, my writing, and always being on time, never sleeping, never wasting time away, never eating junk food, sticking to the best clean food I could in there, macros, as best as I could with what you get from from a prison, which is horrible, and from commissary. And it gave me really, really good structure to be able to face the outside world and start my life over again. And then again, when I was drafted and had to serve into the military, when we had free time, you know, outside of our base or wherever we got sent to posts or missions, a lot of the guys would want to get drunk, go to strip clubs, go to the closest towns or cities, wherever we were stationed at, to near universities, to go meet single girls and go party. And you know, my free time, I was trying to find gyms. I was trying to find somewhere, this is way, way back in the day, find an internet cafe, find something to see, you know, do my walking, stick to my errands. Instead of paying somebody, dropping off my laundry, I would do it myself, and I would just stay structured. And I kept thinking the same mentality as what happened years back when I had gotten released from prison was, I gotta be ready to take on life when I get out of here, and everything's in my own hands, and I have to make decisions on a daily basis, and I have to survive with no outside means of resources, and have to adjust and conform to everybody, not just a certain type of people that are in a, you know, paid position to be somewhere serving their duty. So years and years passed on, and I kept these habits of when I'm stressed out, and this is the whole premises of this, when I'm stressed out and something goes wrong, I have a bad day, somebody's not accountable to me, something that I was planning to do, whether it's business or something small falls through or it fails, when there's sicknesses or losses in the family, when the economies crash, all the normal everyday things, when the news tell you all these things are coming, I end up sticking to my stress behaviors, which match my reward behaviors. I read, I study, I work on my business, I work on my finances, I work on my fitness, I cook, I take care of my home, my hobbies, my pets. I try to do something fun or bring some value or help bring somebody else up that's around me or in my life. And the only way you can counter negativity is with positivity. And that's what the message is I'm trying to get out here, is that you want to try to conform your life so that as much as possible, your stress behaviors, your impulsive, instinctive, habitual reaction to these negative things that come on a daily basis that are small, and then the big ones in life, that you react in positive ways that match the goals and the vision of your life, the purpose and the direction that you want. Because if you can do that, you're always going to be on the top, and you're always going to be on your own team. You're going to be an asset to yourself and to the people around you. You're not going to be a liability. And when these unforeseen circumstances come in life, as they do over and over and over again, which no one can avoid, you'll always be on the upper end, on the other side of that. When it's issues at your work or the economy, or someone in your family gets sick, or somebody in your circle, your kids do something wrong and cause a big stress to the family. There's so many things that come along that throw people off, and they end up being their own worst enemy. Their stress, habitual, impulsive reactions are trashing themselves with junk food, going to reach for a bottle of wine or beer, or head to the bar, or take some pills to make me calm, make me sleep, take an edible, smoke some weed, nap, sleep, shut the blinds down, sit in my room, sulk for a day or a week or a month or a year because of the broken relationship or broken business, or I lost somebody in my life. And they end up losing precious time and torturing themselves and setting themselves back, and they end up attaching that as their story because it makes them unaccountable. It's easier to be a victim than it is to be a victor. But if you start to build your stress behaviors, your actual impulsive reactions to go for a walk or read or study or do something that's going to get that energy out of you and not stay in you to implode you, okay? Not toxify your mind or your spirit or your body. You're always going to be on the up and up. So I advise you guys, aside from all the generic stuff, like some meditation or, speaking to people and not watching the news and eating good and training, is to literally start doing positive things when negative things happen. Even though it'll feel weird, even you'll feel like you're raging inside and want to do the opposite, in time, you'll look at yourself and look at those situations, and you're going to build confidence in your character, in how you carry yourself, and you're going to respect yourself. You're going to build value. You're going to build worth of what you bring to the table, and it's going to transfer over into your career. It's going to transfer over into your personal, intimate relationships. It's going to transfer into your family, because they're going to see how you carry yourself and how you view the negative things in life. And when you start believing in yourself, people will start believing on you. When you bet on yourself, people will start betting on you, because they know that you're not going to crumble and you're not going to become your own worst enemy. So that's my message in this, is to try to start really, really dwelling deep inside yourself, and then understanding and pointing out the things that are common in your life that cause you to go into those negative behaviors. Is it always a situation with your boss? Is it always a situation with someone in your social circle or family? Is it always when you don't get good sleep because your kids are sick, or they do something wrong or stress you out? Is it because of the economy or the news? Get a good idea of your list of things that are always setting you off, and start practicing these methods. Have it written down, have these affirmations, on your phone handy, so that you have that edit button in your mind. Something bad happens, that impulsive rage or emotion or reaction comes out, and then you pause 10, 20, 30 seconds into it. You take a deep breath and you say, okay, I'm not going to just keep losing energy and feeding and nurturing this poisonous, toxic trait that I carry, that I end up, ruining my progress or damaging myself or torturing myself. I'm going to do something good. And it just becomes a habit after that. I didn't even know years and years after doing it that it's what made my life so good. It's what elevated my life and brought me so much good. Because if I didn't have these traits, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be behind bars serving 500 years or 6 feet deep in the ground, because my bad behaviors were bad. I wasn't searching for a cookie or a glass of wine or a sad song to cry in a room alone. I was a tornado out there. So that's my message to you. All the strategic shit you can imagine that you plan for your financial sector of your life, or your business plan, or how to get leaner or fitter or healthier because your doctor told you got bad blood markers, you got to take care of your health. Whatever your plan is to try to better your relationship with somebody that you care about or love, or be a better parent, that shit's not gonna fucking work if you don't fix your stress behaviors. You can have the best strategy, the best tools, the best equipment, the best mentors, the best of everything, and all the money in the world. And you can see from the millionaires and billionaires, from the suicides, the drugs, the food, the heart attacks, the divorces, the bankruptcy, they fall victim to themselves. We never rise to our goals. I've never risen to my goals. I set a goal, I start going towards that way, and then some shit comes along that I didn't ask for, from life or from other people. And I end up always falling victim to my habits. And when I changed my habits, who I am against the wall. And unfortunately, it's a strong saying to say this, but that's the clearest, true indication of who we are, that's non-biased, is when our back's against the wall. When things are not going our way, who do we turn into? What do we say? How do we react? How low will somebody go to be able to get themselves out of that situation when they're cornered and they're on that fight or flight, syndrome is going on in their body. And mine was terrible. So if you can work on who you are in those lowest moments, you're going to be 10 times higher in your everyday and highest moments. And that's my message to you guys. I hope it can bring you some value. If anybody's got any questions, look through the description, go through the bio. All my links are there for social media and email, for coaching inquiries or any questions you guys have. Stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. Don't let anything or anybody get in the way of the life that you want to live.